Yeah. We in the meth lab. We got your host, Big Twin. We got Spitfire in the building.
What up,
BX,
baby?
BX,
What's good,
BX.
BX?
You already know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got another guest. Introduce yourself, King.
What's going on? What's going on, Big Twin, man? Boulevard Q in the building, man. Rich off a glitch
Boulevard Q.
representative. Rich before 40 representative. We here.
That's a fact. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. You already know.
Word.
All right. Yo, Spitfire, let them know where you from.
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx, man. You know what I'm saying? The South Bronx. I'm from Prospect, Longwood, back area, the Hunts Point area. You know what I'm saying? Sheridan. That's all my area, the South Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I basically grew up in those areas. So, you know what I'm saying? So I got family everywhere though, but I'm from the X, baby.
Okay, you already know. BX, stand up.
Yeah.
All right. What inspired you to rap? Who inspired you? Who was your inspiration? Who made you want to rap? Who gave you inspiration as you was on the come up?
When I was younger, I got brothers, so it's like 8 of us. You know what I'm saying? So my older brother used to rap and shit like that. So when I was like 5, 6 years old, he used to rap. He used to run around with Rough Riders and all them. And he was with DNY. He used to do the promo vans and shit like that. And he used to rap. So he was kind of like it with the cassette tapes. He was on the radio and shit like that back then. When my song, you know, shout out to my song when they was coming up. My brother was on the radio and shit with them doing his thing. So I would always, that shit was around me. You heard? So like
What's your brother's
always see
name?
them. His name Dante, but back then he you know his name was Mark. You know what I'm saying? He was up and coming. He wasn't really like out there like that. His name wasn't out there.
Okay.
But he always made music.
Okay.
He was nice. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So he wasn't out there and shit like that. But he definitely was working. He was out there with the promo and shit like that. And he inspired me. That dude, like my brother, he inspired me. You know what I'm saying? He used to always come through. He had the cassette tapes. He'd throw on the Bad Boys joint with Puff Bad. He throw on that. He rap to it. Yeah, the Mace joint. And I always liked that shit because it was like, you know what I'm saying? He have it around that inspiration. He record cassette tapes in his room, and that shit kind of like rubbed off on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So.
Now, has any signed artists? What about any signed artists?
What? Any inspired me? Hell yeah.
From
hell yeah. I grew up in the 2000s. Like I'm young. I was born in '92. You know what I'm saying? I'm young. But I grew up like around like that early 2000, like that 50, that Dipset. Like I came up in that G Unit era. Like I came up in that. As I got older, I got hit to Nas and AZ and started really listening to Jay and all of them as I got a little older. But that era when 50 first took over, when Dipset was out, that was my era. Like I was a kid then. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
So.
All right. Now, you were signed to Zab Judah at a certain point in time. How did you link with Zab Judah?
I wasn't signed to him. He was co-signed. He was co-signing me.
You was co-signed.
Yeah, I wasn't
okay.
Signed. Yeah,
How did that link
happen? Me. That my cousin Lamar Odom, you know what I'm saying, the basketball player, when he had got into his incident and he ended up in a hospital, I did a song for him that went viral at that time, like 2015. And then his other cousin from his side of the family wound up linking me, and then you know Zab hit me from him, and that's when we wound up linking up and shit like that.
But
my man did his homework.
But how come? Right. Oh yeah, you already know. This the meth lab.
My man did his homework. He did his homework. Real bully. He did his homework.
Yo, you already know. This is what we do. This is what we do. All right.
Yeah.
So I mean, how come that relationship didn't last with Zab Judah?
It really Zab had a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? He had his own things going on. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never fall off. I kind of stepped back because I wasn't really making music like that consistently. And then he kind of had his own issues going on out there. So we kind of ain't keep connected. You know what I'm saying? But it was always love. That's my brother. I spoke to him like 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? So he good. So he got back to his shit. He on the celebrity boxing. So, You know what I'm saying? He about to link me up, so you can look forward to that. I'm gonna be doing something for
We
that
are.
celebrity boxing soon. Yeah.
That's a fact. We this the X, it's the BX. We support our own over here. You already
Facts,
know.
bro.
Tell me your history with Fred the God.
He from my block. Grew up with Fred. I've been in ciphers with Fred. Fred is a legend, man. Fred is somebody who was one of the first dudes from the block that I could say he made it. Like, and we could look like, yo, he's somebody that really was everywhere on the Source magazines who left, and he was the person I was on the street corner that I would see. Before Fred, let my man rest in peace. I always got to bring him up. You know, he don't get a lot of recognition. He passed away. He's Gangster. My man Gangster. Gangster was the
156
yeah.
Fox.
You know that.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
There we go.
You already know.
You got to
Yeah.
bring him out. You heard Bully? My man Gangster. Gangster was the
You already
first
know.
one. He was signed. Gangster got signed to Sony before he got killed. Let him rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? And when he got signed to them, I'm thinking it was Sony or Universal, but he got signed to them that year. And Gangster was the one that was like the inspiration of everybody. Like everybody looked up to Gangster. Like
he was kind of like he had something going on with Jim Jones and Black Adon. He had like a little, you know what I mean? It never really went further, but he had something in the play with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was supposed to be. Gangster was supposed to be the he was fucking with Duke the God. He was supposed to be the J.R. Writer of Dipset. Yep. That's what he was supposed to be, J.R. Writer. I remember he wanted to sign us. He had his label, Tied Up Entertainment, TU, and he was like he wanted to. He's like he had Chewy. Chewy was his first artist, and he was like, yo, I got Chewy. I want to sign you. And but I got a deal on the table with Sony or Universal, but I believe Sony that same year. He's like, I got a deal on the table. I'm about to snatch it. I put my first album together. It's called Gangster. And the dude was so nice, bro. He was different. Like I still got his songs. I still play them shit. That nigga is so nice. Word. So he was a.
They was running around with They was running around with Hunk Records and all that too. With Hunk Records and all that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the kid, assigned artist, the kid on there. Yep. Yeah. I think it was a girl, kid, on there.
Yeah. That's when after he died, Fred came. That's when Fred came up. Like Fred had got his shot from there after Gangster died and shit like that. And then Fred was doing his numbers and shit. We used to cypher shit like that. Then Fred started taking off. And we grew up together. Him, Axel, shout out to Axel. Axel's still out here, you know what I'm saying? Axel, my man.
Okay. So, I mean, all right. So now you said Lamar Odom, right? Lamar Odom is your cousin. Are you still in contact with him? Any type of, anything going on with Lamar?
Yeah, all the time. I just spoke to him like 3 days ago. He just had the fight. Hell yeah, he in Atlanta. Yeah, he just had the fight. I just spoke to him. Hell yeah.
Yeah, anyone.
Yo, shout out to Lamar Odom. That's a fact.
Yeah, shout out Lamar
you already
Odom.
know.
That's family. I just spoke to him. Hell yeah. He in Atlanta right
All right. Now, Spitfire, you got a few battles in the archives. Why did you never go into like the Smack URL or Rare Breed battle leagues?
In 2012, I did a battle that was on it was on this DVD at the time called, I don't know if you remember, it was called Battle America. It was blowing up.
I think
Battle
I remember
America that shit was taking off. I did that. That was the entry to Smack URL. From there, I was supposed to, be getting on. But I went out there, I did the battle, but they did some shit whereas I don't never shit on nobody, but they just put out my part. They didn't want to put out the part where the dude lost bad. So on camera, it just showed it looked like me freestyling and just violating somebody on camera. Everybody like, oh. So I'm like, yo, we like, yo, put out the part of the dude. Let him rap. Put it where he messed up. And they didn't want to do that. So the dude ain't put up the battle. He put it up for like at least 20 minutes. And then he took that shit down. That shit was going viral. And from there, we was just like, nah. I'm like, yo, I always could do this, but I'm going to just transfer over to the music. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit kind of like was a turn off. And I just was like, yo, you know what? That was my URL moment, though. That right there was, I was supposed to come out there and get paid. That shit ain't never happened. And then on top of that, he didn't, it never happened. Then on top of that, he ain't put the battle out. You know what I'm saying? So it just went, that shit just took me to the next level. I'm just like, let me do the music. I still love battle rap though. Shout out to all of that shit. I love battle rap. I watch that shit.
Shout out to the league. Shout out to Smack and all of them. You know, shout out to Smack for doing his thing for this long. You know, he's been doing it for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Salute to that. Salute to that.
Facts. I was running around with Murder Mook and Rex and them. I was on the dot mob shit. Running around with them niggas under Dan Bars, like with Dan Bars. 920.
Okay. Shout out to Dot Mob. Okay. Now, if you could get signed to a major label, which label would you choose?
Right now?
If you could get signed to a major.
Right now I'll probably go with E1 or go with Atlantic. I'll go with Atlantic. Okay. I'll go with Atlantic if I can get signed. But we independent though. But if I could do that, that's what I would go to. They got all the heavy hitters over there.
Because right now you independent. So you putting up your own bread, everything. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
You got the whole thing jumping off, you know, yourself, which I respect. You know, salute to that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't tell you to stop doing that. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean? If you could, whatever you could do yourself in this business, I would suggest that you do. You know what I'm saying?
Right up. Absolutely.
Yo, Boulevard. Boulevard, let the people know where you from.
Yeah, what's going on? I ain't want to interrupt. Yeah, I'm Boulevard, man. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, East New York. Yeah.
Okay.
Born and raised. Music always been the life. You know the normal story, man. I be doing. I basically told Fyre. I met Fyre back in 2017. You know, we was in a little jam, and basically, you know, from there we clicked off, man. Like ever since then, like we've been trying to put our foot on these dudes' neck with the music and just, you know, make our goal happen. But yeah, that's just me, man. I'm sidelining for my bro. I'm here to support him, you know, 100%, man. Reach for 440.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yo, Boulevard. What part of East New York you from? I used to live on Milford and Sutter.
All right, yeah, I'm from that part. Yeah, I'm from that part. I'm on New Lots, right there, last stop on the 3 train. Jerome and Livonia. Yeah.
Salute to East New York.
Yeah,
Salute to East New York.
Good looking.
And how long you been rhyming?
I've been rapping all my life. Since I've been about 10. Like, yeah, just about 10, 9 years old. All my life since as long as I can count. It's really, I really haven't no like, you know, accolades or no acknowledgments, but I've been doing it consistently. You know, working on my craft, and you know, it's been recognizable from my local people. You know, they always know I've been doing it. I would just, you know, I just do it for the orphan kids. Like I say, man, I do it for the kids that was snatched away from homes, and you know, I'm from that era, the late '80s, '89. You feel me? So when I rap, it's you know, I bring the pain out. You know, sometimes I have fun raps, sometimes I have, you know, laugh raps, and you know, I have a lot of character into my bars. So you know, you might catch me doing a lot of things that be gimmicky. They would call it gimmicky, you know, dressing up, you know, just, you know, making you feel my bars out through visuals. I'm that type of rapper.
And who was your inspiration? Who if you could name 3 of your best rappers, who's your three top?
My 3 top, you know, rest his soul, DMX was the first one. DMX, the first one, he inspired me. He, you know, he got me through times. Rest in peace to DMX one time. You know, he got me through everything. Nah, he got me through a lot. So that right there, DMX is the top one. And then I would just have to go down the list with the Brooklyn legends like Biggie and Jay-Z, just to be like, you know, lyrical and just swaggy and just gutter. That's how I go. Lyrical, swaggy, gutter. DMX, Biggie, and Jay-Z, you know, and those will be my 3 inspirations coming up. Yeah.
All right. So now it's obvious that you guys grew up on the golden age hip hop. Yeah. How do you feel about today's hip hop? The sound of today?
Transitioning. Transitioning. And like I, you know, I think it's transitioning. Like I can't say it's bad, you know, like what we doing right now is just adjusting to the sound, or we just making our own sound where other people from our golden age is you know, going to be able to tap into that and feel that. So we don't really have to do too much. But I think that the sound for today's drill, New York, the mumbles, I think it's transitioning, and it's not going to stay there either. It's not going to stay right there.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, nah,
Because you know, here in New York, we had like a traditional sound. We had that boom bap. So now it's turning into something else.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna end up back where we started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We're gonna end up back where we started.
Yeah. And you can see that through the
where
Griselda boys. You know, you can see that through Griselda. They're making it cooler, just, you know, spit that pain or that just that regular boom bap. And, you know, New York real people from that era, like you say, we loving it. We tapped into it. That's so. Yeah, I think it's bringing it back, just like you said, man. Yeah, just like you said, twin.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So is any up and coming projects you guys got coming up?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You want?
Yeah. Go ahead, Spitfire. You take over. You take over, Spit.
All right. Hell yeah. You know we got a project coming right now. We running through names, but we got one that we're gonna do as a duo with me and my brother. You know what I'm saying? We putting a name together for that as we speak. And then we got a few names like solo projects that he working on, and then a solo project that I'm working on right now. So I don't want to throw out any names and we switch it. So right now we got a few good names though, and we in the works though. Right now we running through it, getting shit mixed and mastered. You know what I'm saying? We listening, going back and seeing what we gonna put on the tape and what we not. You heard?
Okay. Now, you know, we had a little dilemma like a couple months ago. You know, rest in peace to your man Don. You know, rest in peace to him.
That's my
you know
cousin.
What I mean?
Shout out to Don. That's my blood.
To your cousin Don. You know, rest in peace to him. And
rest in peace.
How you dealing with that? Are you getting through it?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm getting through it. You know what I'm saying? A day at a time. I take it one step at a time, you heard. You know, I put the music together. I feel like that shit was a big outlet. I let off. You know what I'm saying? I let my I let that shit off through them videos, through that song, through you know what I'm saying, through the shit I dropped from. Shout out to Max B. Max B got on that intro. You know what I'm saying? That was a big one. That was a good shout out, you heard?
Yeah. That was a good look right there. I heard that. Yeah, that was a good look.
Yeah.
That was a good
Appreciate
look. Shout out
that,
to Max
King.
B.
Yeah.
Free Max B.
Free Max. Shout out to Top Black. I always gotta say that. Top Black made that happen. Shout out to Top Black. You heard?
Okay. All right. Now, I asked Boulevard what's his top 3, right? Now, Spitfire, I'm gonna ask you who's your top 3 MCs.
My top 3, it shifts, but my top 3, it shifts. It shifts. I got Nas in there. You heard? That's number 1. I love Nas. Something about it. I got Nas in there. Who else? I be listening. I'm old school now. I be listening. I got AZ up in there. You heard? I got AZ up in there in my top 3. And the third one is like hard. I had to go local. I had to go with it ain't local. I had to go with Pun. You heard? I put on. I had to go with Pun.
That's a fact. You already know.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Big Pun.
Rest in peace to Big Pun. But those are people I'm on. I'm on Nas heavy. Like I love that nigga.
That's a fact. That's my best rapper too. Nas. You already know. I've been following him since the M.E.T.H days, you know. Yeah, I'm up there. I'm in my 40s and all that, so I was there. I seen it, you know.
You don't even look at nothing wrong with none of them. None of them niggas inspire me. It's just something about Nas is witty. Like his something about him, he witty. Since he kinda I read that story, like his picture on it when he was a kid. I kinda got that same kind of like I came up like that. Like my first song I ever recorded was Ether. Like that was different. Like, that was my first song at 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? I recorded Ether.
You already know. Before we get up out of here, right? I always do something for the kids, you know. If I'm gonna ask Boulevard this first though. Boulevard, if it's something inspiring, you could tell any kids that might watch this, what would you tell them?
The pain brings out the best of you. So a little bit of pain, a little bit of success, a little bit of everything is gonna equal success. It's gonna equal those opportunities. It's gonna bring the best of you. So I would just tell people, long story short, trust the process. You feel me? Trust in that process. Never let circumstances and never let circumstances define your life or define where you're going in life. You feel me? And and you can overcome anything. Nothing from something. Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Trust the process. Spitfire, what about you?
I will always tell the kids, you know what I'm saying? Know what you want to do. You know, be very precise. You know what I'm saying? And be determined. Trust the process. Yeah, and stay focused. That's a fact. And stay focused.
Stay focused.
Because it's easy to get sidetracked. So just stay focused.
It's easy to get sidetracked.
It's easy to get sidetracked.
Right. I would say this. And this is what I would say for kids. Anything you doing that's positive, continue doing it. You know, stay in your lane. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? If you come from a good home, you know, you got your mother and your father, you come from a good home, you got a lot of support and all that, yo, stay on that track. Yo, leave the knuckleheads alone. You already know.
Yeah,
We're in the meth lab. We in the meth lab.
You
we got Boulevard. We got Spitfire.
That.
And yo, brothers, good looking for coming through. You already know.
You know that shit, my brother.
Appreciate you. Big twin.
Appreciate you, twin.
You already know. And it's Spitfire. I'm going to holler at you in a second. You already know.
All right, holler at me. Salute.
All right, fellas.
BX, you already know. This is the meth lab. Salute.
Meth lab. Salute.